Welcome back, Astro listeners, to Star Lady Soul Reader Network. This is Media Monk, and as usual, I have our shining star of the zodiac, Star Lady. Hi, Star Lady.
Hello, Media Monk.
And we all know Star Lady is Kim Marie, the managing director for our network. We continue to provide astrology materials to certify new evolutionary astrologers worldwide, and yet we also attract a lot of people from other astro disciplines with our materials looking for that next level of growth in their profession. We've done a lot with forecasting webinars. We've got a podcast every new moon, every full moon. We've got a lot of other materials and forecasting webinars that we've done in the past that you can get on our website at www.evolutionaryastrology.net. Always call 1-605-348-5111 to ask any questions about the EA course or to schedule your time with Star Lady Kim Marie here at the network. All right, so here we go. One little plug. We are going to continue that. I think we're probably the leader in forecasting webinars around the planet. You know, we do them for usually the major transits, but here we got a nodal axis shift coming up in late July. So we're going to explore this dynamic nodal axis shift from Taurus Scorpio into Aries Libra. We're going to do that first on Monday, July 11th. Then the next evening at 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time here at the network, we'll do Venus retrograde Leo. So Aries, Libra, Venus, Leo, you can kind of feel the relationship dynamics that we're going to all experience as we enter this nodal shift. Star Lady, with that, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, so just a little.
Get your enrollment on the web in an event newsletter landing in your inbox. If you're not on our newsletter list, you won't get those notices to enroll. So you want to get on our newsletter list. It's on the bottom of any page, just simply your email and name, and then you'll get these notifications. Again, I sent one out today, so we'll be sending a couple more before July 10th. So get on Astro News. Thank you, Star Lady.
I just wanted to. You bet, Media Monk. I just wanted to clarify that Monday is July 10th, and that's when we'll do the Aries Libra nodal axis transit. Mm-hmm. And the nodal axis actually shifts on July 18th. And then the next day, July 11th, is when we'll do the Venus retrograde in Leo. And Venus goes retrograde July 23rd. And so a little bit of a busy July coming up for us, Media Monk.
Yeah. Thank you for that clarification.
Sure. Actually, a little quiet with this full moon of Capricorn podcast. But there always seems to be something to talk about. First of all, the full moon of Capricorn is July 3rd, next Monday, right before the U.S. birthday or solar return on July 4th. The full moon is at 11 degrees, Sun Cancer, Moon Capricorn, and just before that full moon of Capricorn, Mercury direct on the other side of Earth makes a conjunction to the Sun July 1st at 9 degrees Cancer. So this full moon has a Sun-Mercury conjunction in Cancer. And, oh gosh, you know, if you live in the United States, our little phrase is, what is it? Mom, apple pie, and something else about, you know, having a sun in Cancer. It's all about our emotional connection to our identity as a country, even though we are one of the world's biggest melting pots of all kinds of races and ethnicities. But, you know, at summer solstice time and all this Cancerian energy can be full of family. The Cancer mantra is, I evolve emotionally with self-responsibility. And so we've got the Cancerian emotions that can get all stirred up through generations of family coming together in the northern hemisphere for all of the summer get-togethers, and we can have all of this full moon in Capricorn. Okay, how do we evolve? How do we individuate? How do we mature and hold our role in society as well as within our nuclear and extended families? Boy, this is turning out for Star Lady and Media Monk to be a family plethora. If we're not camping with our full house rentals, when we're home, we have a family and family and family. Oh, and then some more family. Media Monk, I don't think you muted yourself, sweetie. Do you want to make a few comments, or did you not know you were unmuted?
Well, I guess I do have something to say if I'm unmuted. Yeah, it's been dynamic watching my mom's passage through her last stage of life on the planet. It's I feel very blessed with a heck of a constitution, but all of the emotional stuff around literally, watching the mind go, the health go, the flare-ups of chronic kidney disease, chronic heart disease, is just kind of does a little dance with you when it's your mom. So interesting that happens with Sun in Cancer, is it not? And I'm sure many other people have their own stories, but that combined with just the way it affects my biological family members and other extended relatives, kind of circling the wagons here in the Black Hills is enough to, maybe ask for a little break. and we are blessed to have a pretty close family. So, as the aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews filter through, we just look forward to, like you say, some evolved connections.
And two things. I don't know if you remember, but your mother is a late Pluto in Cancer. So she's that Pluto in Cancer generation, and she has Pluto in the 4th house. She's at Aries rising with all her Gemini in the 3rd, and then the double signature of Pluto Cancer 4th. So she will have Sun passing over that Pluto here in the second half of the month, Media Monk, just as Sun in the sky opposes Pluto in the heavens. The Pluto in Cancer generation, born between 1936, 37, 38 through 1956, 57. The latter part of, all through that generations for those who are around, but those in that latter part of that generation, born in, the beginning. It's the beginning because your mom was born in 1933. Mine's 1938. We are literally, with both of our mothers, going through transiting Pluto and Capricorn, opposing the natal Pluto, which doesn't happen for a lot of souls on the planet. I won't get into the timing on Pluto's elliptical orbit, okay? Those of you born with Pluto and Capricorn, you're never going to see a Pluto-Pluto opposition just because of how Pluto transits through the heavens. But your mother has been having it this year. My mother is having it next year, 2024. She's going to have Pluto oppose Pluto. So just a little tidbit for you there, Media Monk, on the Cancer Capricorn axes for you.
Thank you.
The second thing I wanted to say is my whole family of cousins are going to descend on us before the New Moon podcast. So, yeah, here's the height of summer and all that Cancerian energy. However, that's enough about family for me right now. I'm going to move on. We are fresh off of Neptune turning stationary retrograde. We're actually recording this the day before. Neptune turns retrograde June 30th at 27.5 degrees Pisces. It is a 5-month retrograde cycle. I didn't write this down. Neptune doesn't turn direct until this is going to be the end of December. Beginning of December. Neptune direct December 6th, 25 Pisces. So here's a Neptune retrograde from 27.5 back to 25 degrees Pisces. We'll have a full Neptune retrograde in Pisces in 2024. Then they're going to shift to Pisces or Aries Pisces. Oh, Neptune finishing up. It's 14-year transit through its own sign, finishing up a 165-year cycle of spiritual growth and evolution on some of the deepest levels. As we're going through this time period, the end of June and early July, with Neptune stationary or retrograde, deep unconscious beliefs and conditionings can be rising to the surface. We can also have a sense of disillusionment or depression. That Neptunian Pisces 12th house, can I just check out? I don't know if I want to face this Virgo polarity of reality. Can I just have some summer fun, some escapism, however you do it, be it outdoors in nature, hiking, boating, camping, which is our favorite things to do. Just take a moment to rest and breathe deep and go, where is your world not working for you? Where are you having to let go of cherished beliefs or ideals or the last of the 12 archetypes? Letting go of perhaps some desires that are just not feasible or maybe just not there to manifest in this lifetime. If you have any of that quote-unquote let-down energy, this is the most opportune time to connect into source energy and renew your spiritual vows of wisdom. Many of you have heard me say these 2 mantras, which are question marks, many times. I haven't repeated them for a while, but I think they're appropriate. Neptune stationary retrograde. What would you have me know, Source? What would you have me do, Source? Sorry for the phone. I thought I had it muted. Let me repeat as soon as I get past my little interruption here. Those are exclamation points or asterisks, okay? Phone ringing. What would you have me know, Source? What would you have me do, Source? When the planets, especially those slow-moving outer planets, turn stationary retrograde, start reversing through the zodiac, when they turn stationary direct and move forward again, those are intimate times to really throw things off with the retrograde, get clarity with moving direct. And as we are moving through this energy then of Neptune helping us release whatever is standing in the way of our next connection with source energy or whatever's no longer working for us, then we have that full moon of Capricorn come along a few days later to help us put our feet on the ground, to help us say, okay, so this is my space-time reality. How do I make the best of it? How do I balance that work and rest? Because on the heels of that, on July 10th, Mars is going to go into Virgo. And Mars is going to be in Virgo July 10th through August 27th. It is actually starting to pick up speed on its transit through the signs of the zodiac. And so about 6 weeks, that's about normal here. It's moving ahead from its retrograde last winter. But as Neptune turns retrograde in Pisces, here's Mars instinctively acting on our desire nature, moving into Virgo and saying, oh, here's the efforts we must put forward as we do put our feet on the ground and understand things and figure things out. Now, Mercury's going to play catch-up. It's going to be in Leo, July 10th, same day, through July 28th. It's going to dance with Venus as it spends 4 months in Leo before it goes retrograde, July 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, all the way through September 3rd. Heads up, Venus is retrograde, 28.5 Leo to 12 Leo. And so these inner planets are going to play in play in Leo. Leo wants to have that summer fun, and they're eventually going to move into Virgo as well and make their oppositions to this Neptune retrograde cycle. It'll be a few months down the road here, but Mars is going to give us those insights. And so, again, Neptune stationary retrograde, releasing, surrendering what's no longer real in our life, and then taking Mars and Virgo and whatever is sparking to put in the effort to fill the space, to fill that Piscean void of moving forward, of continuing to create. I mean, we are creative beings as the sun gets ready to ingress into Leo here. We are creative beings for as long as we have breath on the earth. And I like to say, and then we just transition and move into a new medium and we create and learn there as well. We are continually evolving as eternal soul beings. We never stop evolving. We just do it physically, non-physically, physically, non-physically, in and out and in and out. And so, what are the insights coming in for you, Neptune retrograde? And Mercury conjunct the Sun on this full moon. Breathing deep, taking it all in, and then making those efforts to move forward. You know, as Mercury finishes up in Cancer, it's going to have an opposition to Pluto right on that same day. It goes into Leo and Mars goes into Virgo. It's the last of the inner planets right now, but it's going to have its time catching up to both Venus and Mars and passing them by and doing its next retrograde cycle, which, by the way, is going to be in Virgo later August, early September. It's coming up fairly soon. We don't have too long to wait. I do, though, want to speak just a little bit, 2 things, maybe 3. We are having Jupiter getting ready to make the first of 3 waxing semi-squares to Neptune. The first one is going to take place July 22nd with Jupiter at 12.5 degrees Taurus. Neptune still freshly retrograde at 27.5 degrees Pisces. This is Jupiter moving from new phase to crescent phase, from yang to yin energy. Conscious beliefs Jupiter, deepest unconscious beliefs Neptune. They had that conjunction, remember, 24 degrees Pisces back in 2022? Well, here's Jupiter. Here's another way to say it. As Neptune is turning stationary retrograde and throwing all our disillusionment, disassociation, depression, letdowns, what's not working with ideals and fantasies and desires that have just been there, done that, as all that gets thrown up into consciousness, Neptune stationary retrograde. Jupiter's there to receive it in Taurus. And it's there to go, okay, this is what works, this is what's real, this is what I can rebirth, this is what I got to manage and move over here, this is what I can spark with. And so Jupiter's there and saying, okay, still got to put our feet on the ground, Taurus. Still got to work with the real world, the physical world. Okay, how do I re-inspire myself and move forward? We'll feel that energy through the month of July, even August. Jupiter's going to make 3 waxing semi-squares to Neptune through its retrograde cycle coming up later this year. And so, as we are finishing up the South Node in Scorpio, it is literally squatting on my Sun, Mercury, Neptune stellium between 1 to 2 degrees Scorpio. My joke has always been with Sun, Mercury, Neptune is I'm a little bit of a natural space cadet. Told this story before. I just remember anytime I would get triggered or sensitive or, wasn't centered, wasn't in balance, my brain would freeze. And I can remember going through my teenage years, teaching myself to think, okay, think through this, Mercury, Neptune. You've got the spark of Sun, Mercury to help you. I've moved through that, but I think I can still be a natural space cadet. Point is, I personally have had a lot of releasing and surrendering. And my mother-in-law, cat with 9 lives on number 14, who knows, she may be here next year. It's hard to imagine, but we're all moving through that South Node in Scorpio for those last few weeks. What codependencies do we need to release? Where do we need to remember what healthy merging is all about? How do each of us on an individual level merge? Scorpio is merging. How do we merge our physical and non-physical being together? Part of that whole process for the last year and a half of South Node in Scorpio is to pull the rug out from underneath us with any mergings that were codependent or they naturally ran their course to release, and to really merge with the ultimate source of everything, source energy itself. So here is Neptune stationary retrograde, throwing off what no longer works. And that South Node in Scorpio also fill that space up with merging with source energy, great spirit, big kahuna, whatever your language is, and whatever is the next level for you. And then that North Node in Taurus, finishing up a year and a half effort of really finding our own inner self-reliance. And again, our balance between what's there in our physical world and what's not there in our physical world. It can allow us to find that center through any and all rugs ripped out from underneath us. Because Pluto is already reversed back into late Capricorn, and it will make that exact square to the nodal axis of the moon about July 27th at about 29 degrees. Pluto, Capricorn, retrograde, South Node Libra, North Node Aries. This is to skip steps within our soul. And so all through this 2023 time period, our own soul, Pluto rules the South Node in Scorpio, our own soul has been having to find our balance in the depths of reality, little Capricorn, North Node Taurus. As we discern what's highest and best for us moving forward, where's our desire nature at? What do we need in the material world and what do we not need in the material world? I've been saying, as we went through this year and a half of North Node in Taurus, if we've been working on that inner self-reliance, and as the South Node moves into Libra, it allows us to approach relationships in a self-reliant way. And it allows us to say, yes, this works, no, this doesn't work, in a healthy giving and receiving with all of the relationships in our world. Libra works with intimate relationships, but it works with the relationship with ourself, North Node in Aries. It works with familial Cancer and career Capricorn relationships as well. Libra is all relationships beyond casual acquaintance. And so, it would be our intent then to work our way through finding balance as this nodal axis shifts for us in the next upcoming year and a half. More details on that nodal axis shift. I can say from teaching nodal axis transit webinars, there's always a plethora of information, and they are some of the most material-laden webinars that I do. Just a heads up for you. There's just a lot that goes on when you're dealing with all these archetypes. And so, more details with what I just explained for you going on. And again, that webinar is Monday, July 10th. If you cannot attend live, it is recorded, so you'll have the recording and all of the PDFs of my PowerPoints to pursue at your leisure as well. And then Venus retrograde the following night. I'll speak a little more to Venus retrograde in the next podcast. Media Monk.
Yeah. Thank you for the plug there. Yeah, two good nights with lots of information and a lot to get in touch with as we move into our summer months here in North America. Thank you. Very poignant and personal podcast for me. Again, we thank you all for tuning in to these new moon, full moon podcasts. They are open to the public. Feel free to share them with family, friends, and colleagues. And until next new moon, let's move with joy and a little bit of determination and patience on this never-ending journey to the core of our souls. Thanks for listening, everyone.